Is the gluten-free diet as healthy as it's made out to be? Or could it actually be causing more harm than good for some people? Gluten-free options are everywhere now, but before you decide if you need to ditch gluten for good, let's uncover the truth behind gluten-free diets. In this video, we'll break down who really needs to avoid gluten, the surprising facts about gluten-free foods, and some common misconceptions. Stay with us to find out if this diet is truly as healthy as it seems. So, first things first, what exactly is gluten? Gluten is a group of proteins found in wheat, barley, and rye. It acts as a sort of glue that helps food hold its shape. You'll find it in bread, pasta, cereals, and many other everyday foods. For most people, gluten doesn't pose any health risks, but for certain groups, it can be a serious issue. Let's look at who actually needs to avoid gluten. A gluten-free diet is a must for people with celiac disease, an autoimmune condition where even a tiny bit of gluten can damage the small intestine. Studies show that around 1% of the global population has celiac disease. Another group includes those with non-celiac gluten sensitivity, who experience digestive issues or fatigue after eating gluten, but without the intestinal damage seen in celiac disease. Finally, people with wheat allergies also need to avoid gluten. For these groups, a gluten-free diet can be life-changing, but if you don't fall into these categories, do you still need to go gluten-free? One of the biggest myths about gluten-free diets is that they help with weight loss. While many people do lose weight initially after going gluten-free, it's not because of ditching gluten itself. Often, people who go gluten-free start eating fewer processed foods and more whole foods, which can lead to weight loss. However, gluten-free doesn't automatically mean low-calorie or healthier. In fact, some gluten-free packaged foods contain added sugars and fats to improve taste and texture. If weight loss is your goal, a gluten-free diet alone might not be the magic bullet. Did you know that gluten-free diets can actually lack certain essential nutrients? Whole grains like wheat and barley are great sources of fiber, iron, and B vitamins. When you cut them out, you're often cutting out these nutrients as well. Research published in the Journal of Pediatric Gastroenterology and Nutrition found that people on gluten-free diets can miss out on these key nutrients, especially if they rely heavily on processed gluten-free foods. To avoid nutrient gaps, it's important to include naturally gluten-free whole foods like quinoa, brown rice, and vegetables. Have you noticed that gluten-free products often come with a higher price tag? Studies show that gluten-free alternatives can be up to 2.5 times more expensive than their gluten-containing counterparts. For those with medical reasons to go gluten-free, it's a necessary expense. But for the average person, these costs can add up quickly without necessarily providing extra health benefits. It's worth considering if these products are really worth the extra dollars. It's easy to think gluten is harmful, given how many gluten-free options are on the market. But if you're not sensitive to gluten, there's no scientific reason to avoid it. Gluten-containing grains like whole wheat are actually packed with health benefits, including fiber for digestion, vitamins for energy, and compounds that can help reduce the risk of heart disease. According to a study from Harvard University, people who eat more whole grains tend to have better heart health. For most of us, gluten is not only safe, but can be part of a healthy diet. If you decide to try a gluten-free diet, there's a right way to do it. Avoid relying on processed gluten-free snacks, and instead, focus on naturally gluten-free foods like fruits, vegetables, legumes, and gluten-free grains like quinoa and brown rice. Also, check ingredient labels. Many processed gluten-free foods have added sugars, salts, and unhealthy fats. Focusing on whole foods will help you get the most out of a gluten-free lifestyle without sacrificing nutrition. So, is a gluten-free diet for everyone? Not necessarily. For those with celiac disease, gluten sensitivity, or allergies, it can be life-changing. But for the rest of us, it's not automatically healthier, and cutting out gluten can come with its own challenges. The best diet is one that's balanced, nutrient-rich, and sustainable for you. Listen to your body, do your research, and always make sure your choices support your health goals. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe for more science-backed health tips. Let us know in the comments. Have you tried a gluten-free diet, and what was your experience? Thanks for tuning in to uncover the truth about gluten-free diets. Here's to making informed, healthy choices every day. See you in the next video.